what this is about. Hashtag sharing is caring. So go to Twitter, retweet it, grab a bit on Periscope or Facebook, go to Facebook, tell your friends. Let's get everybody down here because we're just about to kick this little show off. Who's this here? We've got somebody else here. Footy Fab. Who's that? FDE Fab. I don't know you. Hi, Chris and all. Well, I'm not Chris, that's Chris. We can say hello. Chris, somebody's saying hello to you. That's all good. So let's just get on with it. I'm going to have to run in now because we're good to go. I've just heard that we can get into Television Centre now, into Studio One. So I'm going to nip off screen and do that. I'm security. Yeah, I'm on the guest list, mate. Yeah, I know. It's my high vis. Yeah, let me in with it. I'm supposed to be on stage now, mate. Please don't play this. Don't get the Jobsworth with me, please. I don't need Jobsworth stuff now. Okay, let's do this.
Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Top of the Pops, where we're celebrating our top 2021 songs of 2020. I'm Fern Cotton.
And I'm Clara Amfo, and we're joined today by two very special guest presenters. Or are they pirates of sorts? This feels a bit like Pirate TV. A big Top of the Pops welcome to Nick Corsten and Malumba Shikuka, who join us today from the non-profit community enterprise, Steamco, who have had a remarkable year. And it's all hashtag thanks to you, apparently.
Yeah, can we tell you all about it?
Not now, Nick. Can we get on with the music? One of my fave moments of your Aim High 20 festival in Leeds was when the head teacher of the school, you were with Chris Dyson, was it? Sang a duet with a lovely folk singer called The Boss. And here they are, kicking off the show at number 21 in our top 2021
There's
chart.
more to life than Sunday school and cricket, and Tuesday dances down the village hall. There's more than running errands for your neighbours. Oh, I'm so very tired of thinking small. And what's it all add up to after all?
1, 2, 3.
I want to travel wild and free. I want to throw away the key. I want to be beside the bright lights and the sea. Prof.
I can
Be where I want to be. There'll be no one in charge but me. I want to be beside the bright lights and the sea. With my smile set wide, all my troubles brushed aside. I want to be beside the bright lights and the sea. There's more to this whole world than tea and biscuits, and reading books and staring at the walls. There's more than playing hopscotch in the schoolyard. Oh, I'm so very tired of thinking small. And what's it all add up to after all?
1, 2, 3.
I want to travel wild and free. I want to throw away the key. I want to be beside the bright lights and the sea. Prof.
I can
Be where I want to be. There'll be no one in charge but me. I want to be.
Brilliant crowd.
That was wonderful. I wish I'd had a head teacher like him. And who is the boss? He's great too.
Hi, it's Buff Wally, not Boss. He was part of a band called Chumbawamba who had a massive hit in the 90s called Tub Thumping. You must know it. I get down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down.
Yeah, he now leads a project called the Commoners Choir, who have a song about how Chris Dyson and his team at Parklands Primary hold a big Christmas Eve party every year and provide 800 hot meals for the community of the Seacroft estate, as well as presents, Santa, reindeer, etc. Bob gave us permission to use the song, and we recorded our own version, which we hoped would be a Christmas #1, but we got pipped to the post by a lad baby and his wife who'd built a shed on their car and sang about eating lots of sausage rolls. We could never compete with that, so we're hoping for better things to kick our year off in today's New Year's special edition of Top of the Pops. We can't wait to see if it's got to #1 this week. We made a film about Chris to a song we'd heard a wonderfully inspiring young man sing at First Primary up there in Birmingham when we visited them last Christmas.
Yes, and here he is. At number 20, it's Anthony Dolphin singing This Is Me at the Aim High 20 Festival at Parklands Primary just before Christmas.
Stay true to yourself, best remedy. I always wondered if I took a different path, would it be the same person I am today? Who knows? I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, there's no one to love you as you are. Break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am proof, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me, oh, oh, facing up to negativity, bringing us down. Why take another moment to reach for the clouds when you've already got the tools to go for it now? If you think you haven't, then you probably just didn't know it yet. Show them what you're made of. That was what my mama said. On the brink of greatness, all of you are owning it. So make sure you don't spend another minute being unsure. Cause we've got all our people beside us, and we don't want no one trying to divide us. Just take your time and sing out loud. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am proof, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. Here we go! Gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is proof, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me, oh, 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 want to say a massive thank you to the Aim High 20 Festival. Thank you for having me. Big shout out to Chris Dyson and Parkland Leeds Primary School and all of the community on the Seacroft estate. Not to mention a big shout out to David Shakeshaft and the brilliant First Primary School, which is where I came into contact with Steamco. And yeah, I just really want to say a massive thank you, and to everybody out there, young people, all kinds of ages. I want you to stay motivated, inspired, and just know that you can reach any goal that you've set yourself. Anything is achievable if you put your mind to it and have the right mindset. It's always possible. Yeah, I'm a great believer in everything happens at the right time. So just give it time and let everything come to fruition when it will. Big shout out to you guys. My name's Anthony Delphine.
Whoa, amazing. Oh.
Wow, that was incredible. He's so inspiring. Looks like you had a fantastic Aim High 20 festival up there in Leeds. But how did you manage that, Malumba? Wasn't Leeds in Tier 3 lockdown?
We ran about 50 events during the year, including 5 festival weekends from a green screen studio that we built in a spare bedroom. The Aim High Festival was one that we ran for real at Parklands Primary School in Leeds. We rented a camper van for the week and set up our green screen studio in it and went to Yorkshire. Earlier in the year, we helped Jimmy Rotherham, the world-famous music teacher from Bradford, live stream a Decolonizing the Music Curriculum conference, which included a performance by the wonderful Winnie Greer.
Yes, Winnie is a science teacher in North London and was once a mentor to a newly qualified teacher, Ross McGill, who is now one of the biggest names on EDU Twitter. She's also got a beautiful voice, and here she is, straight in at number 19, with the greatest love of all.
I believe the children are our future. Treat them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for.
Such an inspiring song. I believe our children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Such powerful words.
And here's another beautiful song called Unfinished by a wonderful singer-songwriter called Sans Souci, singing here at the Art Community Festival we ran at Eden Project in Cornwall back in May as part of our UK Art Takeover.
Unfinished. Tonight I will write more soon. The first time I sang for you, you made me feel unfinished. My language is not my truth. And when I look at you, I never feel enough. Vanish the house that smelled like Christmas.
Number 18 there, Unfinished by Sam Souci. Such beautiful singing.
Talking of beautiful singing, we did a live streamed event with Portobello Community Radio from Notting Hill Carnival. Well, we weren't really at Notting Hill Carnival, but in front of a green screen in a breaker's yard under the Westway flyover. I'll never forget the moment Sister Faye picked up the mic during a heavy dub reggae set by Nick Manasseh. And here she is at number 17 with Shabba Ranks dub style.
No right in the country. 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 And we say please.
You guys really did get around this year, all through lockdown. Or did you?
Not really. Thanks to an emergency COVID-19 Arts Council grant and support from the National Lottery and a charitable educational trust, I built a green screen internet telestudio at home, and Malumba worked from home and on video calls as a production manager. On our UK Art Takeover all through May, we ran pop-up events in Belfast, Glastonbury, the Isle of Wight, Cardiff and Ludlow in Shropshire.
I've never been to Cornwall and loved the pop-up day we had there. A local singer-songwriter and care worker, Richard Ash, played a beautiful set for us from his garden shed over his mobile phone. So the quality wasn't brilliant, but his music, his singing and his art were wonderful.
And here he is at number 16 in our top 2021 songs. Kernow's very own Richard Ash, singing one of his own songs, Old Man of the Sun.
Something wrong down on the lock.
That was a brilliant set, that was.
Old Man of the Sun by Cornwall's Richard Ash. Performed there at the Art of Bude Day back in Steamco's UK Art Takeover in May. What an eclectic chart. And now, some classical vibes. This really is wonderful, and such a change from the usual Deadwood in the Christmas charts.
Yes, I love this session from our Eden Project weekend. The all-round artist, violinist, DJ and connector Noel Vine improvised here with Andrew Quartermain, Classical Chill from Procorder at Leiston Abbey in Suffolk.
Lovely! Suffolk! Isn't that Ed Sheeran's country?
Yes, it is, though while equally talented, Noel and Nick haven't quite made as much money as artists like Ed. They and many artists like them and Leiston Abbey, their venue, rely on funding for people like the National Lottery. We believe Ed's been very generous to local arts organisations and schools. He's what we'd call a creative carer. He cares about creativity, children and all our futures. We met a beautiful singer at a child poverty conference in Leeds called Kerpa. She literally lives to sing and dreamed of singing with Ed at a festival. We tried to connect her with Ed when he played Roundhay Park, but it wasn't to be. So we got her a gig at Camden Market.
And here she is headlining on the Friday evening at your Art of Community Festival at Eden Project. At number 13, Kerpa singing that poignant and timely Foo Fighters anthem, Times Like These.
Yes, times like these we learn to live again. like this, yeah, it's times like these we learn to love again. Yeah, it's times like these, time and time again. Oh, I'm in you, baby, rising like a brand new sky tonight. The stars apart from down. I'm in you, dear bright day. You will stay alright away. I'll leave it all behind. I know, yeah, it's times like these we learn to live again. Yeah, it's times like these we live again. Yeah, it's times like these we learn to love again. Yeah, it's times like this, time and time again.
What a wonderful song. Kirpar there at number 13. Lucky for some, for her. Headlining at Eden Project like that.
Yes, a wonderful venue. They gave us permission to hold a virtual festival there after I'd attended a community activist camp they'd invited me to. In one of the sessions, their director talked about the big lunch that they run every year to get people out of their houses to have their lunch together in the streets. The first slide in his PowerPoint, you couldn't make this up, it was a photo of one of the street parties I've helped run in my street here in Paddington. I couldn't believe it.
Yes, and for our own Art of Community festivals through lockdown, on the Sunday afternoon, we ran little big lunches to encourage people to eat their lunch outside their houses during lockdown. A bit like the Clap for Carers thing on a Thursday evening.
Love it! Now this song, at number 12, intrigues me. Brother, Can You Spare Me a Pound? By Gazmail and the Trojans. Tell me about this song after we've heard it.
To be the toughest, tough in town, and loaded with dosh all the time. And now I'm out of work, I'm on the streets, begging brother, can't you spare a pound? I used to be a miner down the pit, digging for it every day. And now the closer shop, I'm out of work, begging brother, can't you spare a quid? Shipping, building ships up there on the river Tyne. And now the closer yards, I'm on the street, begging brother, can't you spare a pound? I used to be at Ascot every year, wearing my top hat and tail. And now I'm out of work, the market's crashed, his brother, can't you spare a pound? Wow!
Wow, what a great song. What's that all about, Nick?
Well, the arts, culture, sport and other projects like them in our community rely on public funding to keep going. And that includes art galleries, museums, community football pitches, tennis courts, things like that, even places like Eden Project. In fact, they just had a big event when I was there to celebrate 25 years of the National Lottery and how £40 billion has been raised for good causes by National Lottery players. That song, Brother Can You Spare a Pound, was inspired by one written in the Great Depression in the 20s, and Gazmail, who we often collaborate with, let us use it to help with our fundraising. For just £1 a month, people can support us and our work through our Creative Carer Patreon fundraising programme. For £5, they'll even get a t-shirt.
Enough chugging, Nick. Let's get on with the show. Your work at Steamco is all about helping connect kids and young people with their art. So the number 11 song is perfectly timed. It's Here Come the Young by Martin Joseph.
Here come the young, with open minds and hearts, inclusive from the start. Here come the young, here come the young. They might just save the day, you know you best get out the way. Here come the young. They're tired of all your fighting, they're tired of all these years, and they're tired of blazing crosses, and they're tired of narrow fear, and they're tired of smelling hunger, and they're tired of hearing lies, and they're tired of the big divide. These tired girls and boys, here come the young, with open minds and hearts, inclusive from the start. Here come the young, here come the young. They might just save the day, you know you best get out of the way.
Wow, that felt like a real protest song, a call to arms.
Yeah, we were really grateful to Martin for singing for us. I'd seen him sing at a lovely festival in a small woodland on dunes in South Wales, a festival called Between the Trees.
Yes, he played at the Yo Glasgow Festival, which was great because we put a shout out and people from the community got in touch to play. One of my favourites was a dad and his daughter Sophie, and here they are at number 10, doing the Jungle Book classic, The Bare Necessities.
The bare necessities of life will come here. For the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, the quiet bed and recipe. That's just the bare necessities of life.
Yeah, with just the bare necessities of life.
Yeah, man.
The Bare Necessities there at number 10 in our top 2021 countdown. Sung beautifully by Sophie and Dad from the school community of Brookside Academy, down the street from Glastonbury in Somerset.
And here, at number 9, is one of their schoolmates, Marlon Edwards, playing the drums to one of my faves from the Arctic Monkeys. I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. Just brilliant, Marlon Edwards, there with I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. Your Glasgow Festival had lots of young artists.
Yeah, we had some help from Lush PR, who managed to get us some great acts, including Basil Brush, who sadly didn't sing. They also got Simon Bartholomew from the Brand New Heavies, who gave us a fantastic guitar masterclass, but Emily Capel blew us away.
And here she is at number 8 with one of her own songs, No Worries by Emily Capel.
Listening to the birds, and I'm running myself a hot bath. And if the water runs cold, my little heart of gold will be all alone in the dark. talking to your papa last night. He said it's sad to see I'm so behind. Why don't I find myself a rented property and I can get it all for a reasonable fee? But I'm not sure of no shoes indoors. And what if it floods and the bailiffs come? The key don't fit the lock and I have to get a job. I said I'll just find a footballer to marry me. I build myself up an internet following and I'll try to keep my feelings at bay. I can learn about some free kicks or bullying and I'll fight the best.
Your Glasgow festival looked amazing. Did Farmer Evis let you use his pyramid stage?
No, I couldn't believe it when I video called Nick to find him stood outside Brookside Academy. He said Mr. Walton, the head teacher, had given us permission to build a pyramid stage in their playing field. As he said it, it was almost as if I could see one behind him, as if appearing from the mists of the Vale of Avalon.
Yeah, I went down the next night to find that we'd had the wrong half-size pyramid stage delivered, and they'd sent one made from scaffolding, so I sent it back. I mean, what else was I going to do? In a couple of days, we had a half-size pyramid stage made from cardboard and code by a dad in my son's old primary school. On the Saturday, one of the dads on our team, Chris Sullivan, had one of his early evening Twilight Zone fire pit chats with Martin and Gary Kemp, who were in Spandau Ballet, The Craze, and of course EastEnders. They were really keen to hear a version of their hit single Gold, which had been done by the LGFL All-Stars with some of the schools they work with.
And here they are at number 7.
Joined me into this drama club, and it literally changed my life. 2 evenings a week, 10p a lesson.
But it worked by demystifying art. So where's Gold?
Lockdown's like a high prison wall. Schools keep going in spite of it all. Gold, always believe in your soul. You got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe it, 'cause you're gold. Be safe as you return. Something we all must learn. You're indestructible. Always believe it.
That was epic. So, who are LGFL?
They're a charitable creative education trust who sponsored us to set up our green screen studio. They've been great to us. Their boss, John, is an utter legend.
And I can't believe who got to headline the Saturday night at your Glasgow. And here at number 6 in our top 2021 chart countdown, it's time to party like it's 1977. With Glenn Matlock, co-founder of the Sex Pistols, playing their punk anthem Pretty Vacant with Earl Slick.
7,000 of
We might know this one's called Pretty Vacant. Go for it.
But you'll see me but I don't get soft. I got no reason to talk too much. Always good. What you want? What all you want? We so pretty, oh so pretty. We so pretty, oh so pretty.
Brilliant. Pretty Vacant by Glenn Matlock and David Bowie's former guitarist Earl Slick. Just brilliant.
And believe it or not, we filmed it on a green screen that we set up in the school playground at St Saviour's Primary, where we'd started Steamco back 10 years ago. Mr Higgins, the site manager, was dead chuffed to get his photo taken with Earl Slick, who was, I think, one of his heroes.
I'm loving this project, but it wasn't all cardboard, code and green screen, was it, Nick?
No, as soon as lockdown lifted at the end of July, and because all festivals were cancelled, like our Spiritual Home Camp Festival, we got a licence from Devon Council and ran our own.
Yes, I co-curated a COVID-secure, eclectic art trail in a Devonian meadow that the public could walk around while Nick live streamed round the back.
Yes, and a highlight of that for me was having a legendary primary teacher pop down with his ukulele to play a tune. Not any old tune, but an anthem of a wonderful movement of teachers called Primary Rocks.
And here it is at number 5 in our top 2021 chart of the year. Pandemic Music Challenge King, Ed Finch, singing Sweet Caroline.
Where it began, I can't begin to know him, but then I know it's going strong. Wasn't a spring, oh, and spring became a summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands, come on everybody, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Here we go, Sweet Caroline, bam, bam, bam. Good times never seemed so good. I'd be inclined to believe they never would, but now.
In Sweet Caroline there.
All through lockdown, Ed would put a shout out on Twitter to see what song people wanted him to play that night, and he'd play it.
Lockdown really brought out the best in people. It showed how art connects.
Yes, at Steamco we say that art is what we call it when what we do connects us to someone else. So someone's art could be painting or photography, cooking, coding, dancing, design, DJing, robots, rockets, or even rock music. Yeah, we're talking of rock music. We loved the Co-op's Christmas ad this year. Did you see it?
Is that the one with the two lads who realise everyone's a bit fed up with the lockdown? So they grab their guitar and busk outside their community co-op?
Oh yeah, I love that ad. Especially when they refuse to take money off people because they're simply doing it to make people happy.
Yeah, well, we were a bit cheeky and ripped the ad off and replaced the Oasis track with one by a Birmingham band called City Lights, who'd let us use one of their songs called I'm a Rock Star. They let us use it as the theme tune for the Aim High 20 Festival and UK tour that we ran just before Christmas.
Ministers have just announced Christmas will be different this year for thousands of us. New measures are...
Michael? Come on! I am! I'm coming! Ready? Yeah.
You see, I grew up a bloody screw up. I've always been a little rough around the edges. I run the streets all day where we would play, blowing chase and hopping over fences. Youths offended, bad decisions, good intentions, poor attendance, skip detention. Living life's the only way you ever learn your lesson. Authorities couldn't handle him. In hindsight, they didn't know what was happening when there was never any doubt. Was never chasing clout, I wasn't even chasing any status. And you know you all have to rate us, cause I'll always be a rock star, even if I never get famous. They said you ever get a job it will be dead end. They didn't know that I would grow to be a legend. I'm a rock star, ooh, I'm a rock star. They said you ever get a job it will be dead end. They didn't know that I would grow to be a legend. I'm a rock star, ooh, I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star, ooh, I'm a rock star.
We connected with a real busker and his brother Alex and Lucas, who busk on a market in Manchester where their dad has a stall.
And here they are at number 4. Mancunian market buskers Alex and his brother Lucas live stream to and from Leeds with the Oasis anthem, Don't Look Back in Anger.
1, 2, 3, 4. She knows it's too late as she's walking on. girl. I won't let you say one more time. So sorry, can wait. She knows it's too late as she's walking on by. The snow slides away. Don't look back in anger. Don't look back in anger. I heard you say it starts today.
Thanks.
So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as she's walking on by. So stop to wait. Don't look back in anger. I won't let you say one more time. So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as she's walking on by. The snow slides away. Don't look back in anger. Don't look back in anger. I heard you say it starts today.
How cool was that? And you mixed the Oasis video in too. I bet they loved that. I wonder if the Gallagher brothers ever saw it.
Where were they playing there? Was that a rubbish tip or something? What was all the cardboard doing there?
Excuse me. That was Mars Base Camp 1, a cardboard model that artist Will Alexander made for us, all inspired by Tracy Island of Thunderbirds.
They're probably too young to remember Thunderbirds, Malumba. yeah, we used it as a set all weekend of the Aim High 20 Festival and for the tour. He made us a rocket out of cardboard too. We set our green screen studio up in a camper van and took it all on the road. We had a day live streaming at the launch of Christmas at Parklands with Chris Dyson, where he ran 8 back-to-back assemblies for all the different class bubbles. It was a wonderful experience. We then ran community art activities for the Seacroft estate and then live streamed from Yorkshire Sculpture Park all weekend, who let us camp there.
Yes, I never ever thought I'd be able to say I camped, let alone live streamed, at the UK's largest art gallery in the shadow of giant Damien Hirst sculptures. I can even say that my art was on show there as I put a painting of mine called The Black Queen on a chair for the afternoon.
And here's another act from the weekend, in at number 3 in our top 2021 charts. It's Titania with Higher.
All your life, every day, all you want, all you say.
Wow, that was amazing. Titania at number 3.
Yes, who are Titania? I've never heard of them.
Titania are the band of one of the teachers at Parklands Primary, Mr. Goodwin. Aren't they great? He must be such an inspiring teacher. I mean, he's only been there a few months.
Wonderful. So we're edging close to the top spot. Who will be number 1? I know who is number 2. It's Lenny from Leeds. He has cerebral palsy and can't hold a pen or a knife and fork. But he plays the piano every day on Twitter to raise money for his school. Here he is playing What a Wonderful World.
I'm Lenny. I am cerebral palsy and I play great tunes. I'm going to play What a Wonderful World, then Hallelujah, then here we go.
That was wonderful. What a talented young man Lenny is. How did you find him, Nick?
Well, as you said, Lenny plays a tune on the piano most days and his mum posted it to Twitter. Chris Dyson, head teacher at Parklands Primary, saw him on Twitter and shared a tweet with us. He's like that. He knows that hashtag sharing is caring.
Yes, the day Lenny headlined on our Pyramid stage, we managed to get him a spot on BBC Radio Sheffield. And from there, he went on to have appearances on the ITV Evening News and BBC Breakfast. He's raised a lot of money for his school in Sheffield.
What a wonderful story about how art connects.
That's hashtag Art Connects.
Which brings us to the top spot. It looks like you've done it. The song you have released as a single, Come On In From The Cold by The Collaborators, featuring the Commoners Choir, is number 1. Tell us the story behind it, Nick.
Well, as I said earlier, every Christmas Eve, Chris Dyson invites the whole community of the Seacroft Estate over there in East Leeds into the school for a very special party. Everybody gets a hot meal, there are presents and Santa, even real reindeer. And as I said earlier, Boff Wally, who had a band called Chumbawamba back in the 90s, now leads a choir called the Commoners Choir, who sing about all sorts of things. They've written a song called Come On In From The Cold about how Chris and his team not only run the Christmas Eve party, but also how, like many schools, they support their community all year round. Boff said we could use the song, so we put a call out to anyone who wanted to sing a selfie on their smartphone to be part of it, and we released it as a single just before Christmas to raise money for the food poverty charity, the Trussell Trust.
Brilliant, and here it is. The top song from our top 2021 songs of 2020. Straight in at number 1 is Come On In From The Cold by The Collaborators, featuring the Commoners Choir.
On a cold winter's morning, you're smothered in snow. Come on in from the cold. There's a freeze on the city, the schools are all closed. Come on in from the cold. And the kids left at home are all hungry and bored. Come on in from the cold. And the best they can find is leftovers and coke. Come on in from the cold. So switch off the TV and text all your mates. Head for the one school has opened its gates. They're planning a lesson that's a double place. Come on in from the cold. Come on in from the cold. Well, the cooks and the teachers refuse to give up. Come on in from the cold. And they put a money from whatever they've got. Come on in from the cold. So take off your raincoat and pull up a chair. Shake off your hunger, there's food going spare. Whatever we've got is whatever we'll share. Come on in from the cold. Come on in from the cold. Children gather for dinner and shake off the street.
Come on in from the cold. All their friends round the table together they eat. Come on in from the cold. So shake off your raincoat and pull up a chair. Shake off your hunger, there's food going spare. Whatever we've got is whatever we'll share.
Wow, that was wonderful. So many people singing in there. Did you raise much money for the Trussell Trust?
We were delighted with how it worked out, but because we only released it a few days before Christmas, sales were really quite slow. We had some stiff competition as well from Lad Baby, who had a song about eating sausage rolls, which was also for the Trussell Trust, so hopefully they made lots of money for them too. We didn't need to sell many copies to get to number one this week though, to be honest, because it was a pretty quiet week. But food poverty is real and isn't just for Christmas, so we hope that everyone who has seen this show today will go and buy the single now and stream it through the year, as it should now be available on all music sites, certainly on Bandcamp, who got it up in a few minutes back before Christmas.
It's also a song to show solidarity with our schools and everyone who works in them all year, the school community leaders, teachers, and all the staff. So we hope that will give everyone an extra reason to buy the single.
This is great work, Nick. Can you tell us a bit more about Steamco?
Well, Steamco is a project I started about 10 years ago with other parents, teachers and local businesses in my son's primary school, St Saviour's in Paddington. We started running mini creativity festivals that all members of the community could get involved with and help run, to help our kids try new things, to find their passion, to find their art, to maybe make some money from it one day, to maybe make a few friends, or to make the world a better place. A few years ago, I gave my career up to roll it out to other school communities. A dad in my son's current school, Chris Sullivan, who helped at all our festivals, is a filmmaker, and he made this film all about it.
Wow, great work. I'm passionate about the arts and creativity. Is there anything that I could do to help?
Yes. How can people help or work with you?
I thought you'd never ask. Lol. Well, most kids are obsessed with the cult and power of celebrities, so we're keen to create activity packs with famous people, famous creatives, famous artists that can be delivered on our Steamco days by the community. We also need funding support. Now, we've been really grateful for grants this year in lockdown from Arts Council England and the National Lottery, and more recently from the Department of Digital Culture, Media and Sport and HM Treasury as part of their Cultural Recovery Fund. But we're on a mission to raise £1 million to put 22 of our drop trucks on the road in 2022, when the government have a national festival of creativity that we're really keen to be part of at a grassroots level, if you like. So we hope people will sign up and support our Creative Carers Patreon for as little as £1 a month. If you can pay a little bit more, you could even pay for us to go in and do a half or full day session in a school.
Well, I do hope that everyone checks that out and supports you as best they can. They are tough times for everyone, but this is great work.
Yes, that's it. We've come to the end of this special Our Top 2021 show. Anyone you'd like to thank, Nick?
Thank you to everyone who made it possible with their art as performers, or by playing the lottery, or even paying their tax, or both, as a lot of the emergency funding that made all this possible this year came straight from the Treasury. We've worked with and paid many artists and crew out of our grants this year, but there are many more out there, and we hope the government will look out for them too.
Thanks, Nick and Malumba. And thank you for watching. Bye. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Let's all do what we can this year to inspire a nation 21 and help everyone, young and old, find their art.
Make a wish for everybody and all our futures. A rocket inspired by and devoted and dedicated to Sir Ken Robinson, who inspired me. Let's get ready for the countdown. 30 seconds.
Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds.
25. Get ready to start counting from 20.
20 seconds.
20. 19. 18. Come on. 17. Come on. 12. 11. Come on. 10. 9.
Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Come on, you can stand up. Clap and cheer. This rocket is to inspire you. It's to inspire all your futures. Your parents are here for you. Your school is here for you. Your country is here for you. Everybody stand up. Come on, make like a rocket. Let's all stand up. You can do whatever you want with your arms. You can pretend you're a rocket. You can wave them. Whatever you want to do. I've got a rocket and I'm going to use it. Thank you so much for having us today, everybody. The three greatest gifts: time, stories, and art. It's all about aiming high with your skills, with your support of your parents, the support of your communities, and the support of absolutely everybody. Thank you all so much. Lovely messages here from everybody. Who's that one from? Joanna Nevins, thank you very much. Louise Lambert says, well done, Braid. Fantastic. We're going to send some sheets home with all the information. Oh, I better watch it. This rocket's going to get me. Better duck. Lots of lovely messages. Thank you so much. Joanna Nevis says, you make me proud, Cheyenne. Oh, that's a lovely message there. Judah.
You see, I grew up a bloody screw up. I've always been a little rough around the edges. I run the streets all day where we would play, blowing chase and hopping over fences. Youths offended, bad decisions, good intentions, poor attendance, skip detention. Living life's the only way you ever learn your lesson. Authorities couldn't handle him. In hindsight, they didn't know what was happening when there was never any doubt. Was never chasing clout, I wasn't even chasing any status. And you know you all have to rate us, cause I'll always be a rock star, even if I never get famous. They said you ever get a job it will be dead end. They didn't know that I would grow to be a legend. I'm a rock star, ooh, I'm a rock star. They said you ever get a job it will be dead end. They didn't know that I would grow to be a legend. I'm a rock star, ooh, I'm a rock star. Now I blew up, I stick and two up. I never took the route that they recommended. Despite that, I'm doing great. You wanna shoe up, mate, so you can see how green the grass over the fences. Went to the other side, no, we never sat on it. Problem with the past is you can only look back on it. When in the here and now, I stand out from the crowd. And when I'm on the stage, they all scream my name out loud. Cause there was never any doubt, was never chasing clout, and wasn't even chasing any status. And you know you all have to rate us, cause I'll always be a rock star, even if I never get famous. They said you ever get a job it will be dead end. They didn't know that I would grow to be a legend. I'm a rock star, ooh, I'm a rock star. They said you ever get a job it will be dead end. They didn't know that I would grow to be a legend. I'm a rock star, ooh, I'm a rock star. Me. Now they can't hold me. Makes me so salty to see me flying high. What they knew about me, should've never doubted me. Should've known it was only just a matter of time. Me and the gang, we had plans in the pipeline. We was gonna bust, was just waiting for the right time. Gonna be a millionaire without using a lifeline. Me and the gang, we had plans in the pipeline. We was gonna bust, was just waiting for the right time. Gonna be a millionaire without using a lifeline. Screw up. I've always been a little rough around the edges, but I'm a rock star. Ooh.